So any one of you remember what we had discussed in the last class? Any one of you remember? I know 1 week gap is a very big gap, and maybe many of you would be attending multiple classes. So it will be a little difficult to recall it. But we were reading very, very beautiful prayers which were offered by Prahlad Maharaj to Narsimha Dev. So today the prayers will end and then Narsimha Dev will start speaking to his beloved devotee. Okay, so I can see one hand raised. So yes, Mataji, you can share if you remember something.
Yeah, Mataji. The incident is Narsimha Maharaj, Vishnu in the avatar of Narsimha has killed the Asura, Hiranyakashipu. And after Hiranyakashipu dies, Narsimha avatar Vishnu becomes so, enraged in means it's a sort of righteous anger. So he's not able to contain himself. All the deities, Brahmas, Brahma, Ishvara, everybody appear, but they are so afraid. Even Lakshmi is afraid. Then they ask a tiny Prahlad to praise Narsimha Dev. Then Narsimha Dev is able to contain himself, and then he gives his upadesh, what to do, what not to do, how to do bhakti, etc., to the tiny Prahlad.
No,
the background.
Thank you so much for your you shared, Mataji. But now what we were reading was Prahlad Maharaj's prayers to Lord Narsimha Dev. So it was not that what Narsimha Dev was giving teachings to Prahlad Maharaj, but Prahlad Maharaj was sent by everyone to Narsimha Dev that you can only pacify. So Prahlad Maharaj goes and he tries to offer prayers, but somehow because he was a little child, he was hesitant. And the moment Narsimha Dev keeps his hand over Prahlad Maharaj gets all the Brahma Gyan. All the Brahma Gyan gets revealed to him. And he at once he got all the knowledge from all the Vedas and he started offering prayers. So whatever we were discussing in last two classes were actually the prayers which were made by Prahlad Maharaj for Lord Narsimha Dev. So today also only 2-3 prayers are left, and after that Narsimha Dev will start speaking. So so we will start with that, the remaining prayers. And all these prayers, I remember, they are so very beautiful, so very beautiful. It was just very heart touching and pleasing. And also they had such a beautiful lesson, like all the prayers. So I'll just read this verse and then someone can read this and we'll start discussing. Itam Tritreya Rishideva Jasavataram Tarer Lokam Vibhavayasi Hamsi Jagat Pratipan Dharamam Mahapurusha Pashi Yuganuvrittam Channa Kalo Yeda Bhavas Triyugo Thaswatam. Someone can read the translation.
Hare Krishna Mataji. In this way, my Lord, you appear in various incarnations as a human being, an animal, a great saint, a demigod, a fish, or a tortoise, thus maintaining the entire creation in different planetary systems and killing the demoniac principles. According to the age, O my Lord, you protect the principles of religion. In the age of Kali, however, you do not assert yourself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore you are known as Triyuga, or the Lord who appears in 3 yugas. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so here Prahlad Maharaj Actually, Prahlad Maharaj is all the Brahma Gyan is revealed to him. So whatever he is offering is actually perfect. So now Prahlad Maharaj is mentioning that how you appear in various incarnations. So who remembers when had Lord incarnated as a human being? Like we remember a lot of incarnations, right? As like Rama, Maryada Purushottam Sri Ram, or when he came as among the human beings also as Parashuram, and yeah, even like when he came as Balaram. So somehow like we remember incarnations which Krishna took as human being. And anyone remembers what incarnation Krishna took as animal, when Krishna came as an animal?
Varahadev.
Yeah, yes, Mataji. So Varahadev, and then a great saint. Anyone remembers? Two-eyes fish, yes, Machi, yes. Kurma avatar, Matsya avatar, Varaha avatar. Great saint.
Kapiladev.
Yeah, very nice, Mataji.
Kapiladev.
Yeah, very nice, Mataji. And also, I can remember as Buddha also in the Shavatar. And yeah, and Lord Kapila, he came as a great saint. So yeah. Then when the Lord came in among the demigods as a demigod, anyone remember an example among the demigods when the Lord came? Manushimaji also mentioned Buddha. Okay, so like I don't know if you all know about it, but when Brahma appeared, that time, anyone know how Brahma appeared?
From the womb of Garbhodaka Shai Vishnu Mataji.
Yeah.
The navel.
Navel.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Navel.
Yes. So thank you for your answer. So Brahma came from the navel of the Garbhodakshai Vishnu. So there was a lotus in which Brahma appeared. And when Brahma appeared, he was very confused. Why I am here? What is this? What am I supposed to do? And then he started doing tapasya, and then the Lord revealed everything to him. But in that course, when he was searching what I'm supposed to do, why I'm here, what is the meaning of life and all, that time Madhu and Kaitav, two demons came, and they took Vedic knowledge out from Brahma. And Vedic knowledge, if it was in the hands of asuras, it will not reach to everyone, so that is not good, right? So the Lord comes and he kills Madhu and Katav, and again take that Vedic knowledge from them and hand it over to Brahma. So like that, so that time also Lord came among demigods. And then there is one avatar which I hope everyone would know, like Vaman avatar, how Vaman avatar came. And so anyone remembers Vaman Dev was the son of whom? Like who were the parents of Vaman Dev, the so-called means in that incarnation?
Kashyapa Muni and Aditi.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you for your answer. So Vaman Dev came because Aditi had performed a Payovrata, and he wanted that again the demigods should acquire the position which were taken away from them by Bali Maharaj. We will discuss this pastime also very soon, because today we will be done with the Prahlad Narsima pastime. So we'll discuss that time. And then the Lord agrees to come, and the Lord comes among the demigod as Vaman Dev. And there are several incarnations, like even Kurma avatar and Mohini Murti avatar, it all came among the demigods, right? During the Samudra Manthan. And then it is mentioned fish. So we all know about Matsya avatar. We had discussed, we had a class that there were two Matsya avatar in fact. and totalized the Kurma avatar. So Prahlad Maharaj is telling that how you come in various incarnations, in different forms, and just maintaining the entire creation in different planetary systems and killing the demoniac principles. So why the Lord comes? So what is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita? It is mentioned यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहं परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. So the Lord comes, whenever the Lord comes, for what he comes is one that to protect the devotees and to kill the demon. So this is what Prahlad Maharaj is also telling, to maintain the entire creation and to kill the demoniac principles. So the Lord take various incarnations. So the Lord is all auspicious. So it doesn't matter if the Lord is killing someone or the Lord is blessing someone. When something is all auspicious, whatever on the absolute platform, whatever he does is absolute. So when the Lord comes and he blesses Prahlad Maharaj and he kills Hiranyakashipu, it doesn't mean that he's partial, and it doesn't mean that he hates Hiranyakashipu and he is doing bad to Hiranyakashipu. Just because the Lord is all auspicious and he is in the absolute platform, even if he is killing Hiranyakashipu, that is the best thing which can happen to Hiranyakashipu. So that is what Prahlad Maharaj is telling. You come to maintain the creation and to kill the demoniac principles. So, and then Prahlad Maharaj is telling, according to the age, oh my Lord, you protect the principles of religion. So you come according to the age and you protect the religion. So in the age of Kali, you do not assert yourself as a supreme personality of Godhead. So we know, right, about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never told that I am the Lord. He never told. He's on his Channa avatar. Because Krishna knew that in Kali Yuga, many people will come claiming themselves as God. And so he didn't want it to come as God, because being God will become so cheap in Kali Yuga. Every other living entity who is conditioned will come and proclaim himself that I am God, and everyone will also accept him as God and start worshipping. So this concept of being God will become so cheap that the Lord doesn't want it to come as a God. He thought, no, I'll not come, because this whole concept will be so cheap. So Lord came as a Channa avatar, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he didn't assert himself as Supreme Personality of God. And then this is what Prahlad Maharaj is telling. You will come in Kali Yuga, but you will not assert yourself. So we can see like how it is there in our scriptures about the incarnation of the Lord in all the yugas. So this is something which is not made up. It is there in our scriptures. In fact, there is a verse in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. It says that Krishna Varnam Tasa Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yagnehi Sankirtane Praye Rijantihi Sumedisha. So Krishna Varnam Tasa Krishnam. So Krishna will come in Kali Yuga. He will come. But how he will be? He will be a Krishna. So we see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is golden in complexion. Then Sango Pangastra Parshadam. And what will be his weapon? His weapon will be his associates. He will come with his associates, and he will come with his associates, Sango Pangastra Parshadam. So we can see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came with other Panchatattras also, like Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, and Gadadhar Pandit, and Srivasa Acharya. So Sango Pangastra Parshadam, Yagnehi Sankirtane Prayer. And what will be the weapon? Like every time, whenever the Lord incarnates, he has a special weapon. Like as Balaram, he has a haldhar, as with Lord Ram, there is Dhanush Gandiva, and every for every incarnation there is a weapon. But what will be the weapon of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when Krishna will come in Kali Yuga? The weapon will be Sankirtan Yajna. Harinam Sankirtan will be the Yajna. And actually it is the weapon. So when Mahaprabhu came, he didn't have the mission of killing the demons. He didn't came to kill the demon, but his mission was to kill the demon inside that person. So we being following in the instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we also don't hate a person who is bad. We hate the demoniac quality that is within him, which is making him bad. And actually, Sankirtan Yajna is a weapon, because when one chants, it just kills that demon inside that person. And the heart purifies like a mirror. A mirror gets cleaned after the dirt is wiped out of it. Similarly, so Sankirtan Yajna is a very, very strong weapon, because it didn't kill the sinner, but it killed the sin within. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will come with a weapon of Sankirtan Yajna, and Yajanti is Sumedisha. And who will worship him? One who is Sumedisha, one who is very, very intelligent. So it is mentioned in several places in Srimad Bhagavatam, and not only Srimad Bhagavatam, but in Bhavishya Puran, in Naradiya Puran, in Padma Puran, in Garuda Puran, and so many places it is mentioned that Krishna will come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he comes in the complexion and mood of Srimati Radharani, the golden complexion and the feeling of separation, the deep separation from Krishna. So Prahlad Maharaj is also telling that that's why you are known as Triyuga, because you come as a Channa avatar in Kali Yuga, and you don't assert yourself as the Supreme Lord, but you come every time, in every yuga, every now and then. And what is your motive? Because you want to protect the devotees and you want to destroy the demoniac principles. Actually, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is mentioned that even this is not for what the Lord descends. For him, like killing the demons, for that, no. Even there are so many great warriors who can kill. What is the need of Krishna killing? He can just give a heart attack to that person and that person will be killed. What is the need of him coming here and killing? No. When it comes to protecting the devotees, why he has to come? Even the Satyavesh avatar, like Srila Prabhupada can do. He can spread the holy name. He can protect the dharma. Or even empowered avatar, who like Srila Prabhupada is on a Saktivesh, he is an empowered incarnation. So even like for that also, Lord should not come. And that Lord comes only to give pleasure to his devotees. That is the internal reason. The Lord, these are all external reasons, to kill demons, to protect devotees, to maintain dharma, and all. These are all external reasons. But because Krishna is Rasaraj, and he just want to enjoy, he want to enjoy with his devotees, he want to give pleasure to his devotees. So just for that adan pradan, that reciprocation of love, he comes to give pleasure to the devotees and to take pleasure from there, being pleased. So this is for what Krishna comes, and it is said, like Prabhupada has mentioned in many of the lectures also, and it is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita that Kali Kale Namarupa Krishna Avatar. Okay, we know that Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is non-different from Krishna. He is also avatari. He is not an incarnation. He is not an avatar. He is the same Supreme Personality of Godhead. But Krishna incarnates in the form of sound. And when we chant Krishna's name, that time we associate with the incarnation. So incarnation is something which comes from up to down. right? The Lord comes from spiritual world to material world. So Krishna, Kali Kale Namarupe Krishna Avatar. So in Kali Yuga, Krishna has come in the form of name. Krishna has come in the form of book, Srimad Bhagavatam, as a literary incarnation. So the moment Krishna disappeared from this material world, that moment Srimad Bhagavatam came. So Krishna never went actually. Krishna is still with us in the form of name. Krishna is still with us in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. It is only our free will how we utilize it in associating with Krishna. The more we spend our time in chanting and glorifying Krishna and reading Srimad Bhagavatam and telling others about and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, the more we associate with the Lord. And the more we associate with the Lord, the more godly we become. We never become God, but definitely we become godly. Like Krishna has Krishna is Sachidananda, right? He's reservoir of all pleasure. He's full of all pleasure. So when we associate with Krishna more, we also start feeling that happiness. We also start becoming fearless. We also start depending on Krishna, and we also start again our good qualities start blossoming, which is dormant and which has become latent, and a demoniac has come out. Those demoniac qualities is scaled down and our good qualities start coming up. So this is the potency of the incarnation, and we know in Kali Yuga we have Krishna with us in the form of name, in the form of Bhagavatam, in the form of our Guru, because Guru is the mercy representative of the Lord. So we have in so many ways, it's only our free will how we associate with the Lord. He has given us in so many ways his association. Okay, so we'll read next. Naivo dvije paraduryatya vaitaranyas Tadvirya Gayana Mahamrita Magna Chitta Shochetato Vimukha Chetasa Indriyata Maya Sukhaya Bharam Udvahato Vimudham Yanmaithunadi Grihamedi Sukham Hitocham Kundu Yanena Karayor Eva Dukha Dukham Tripyanti Neha Kripana Bahu Dukha Bhaja Kandu Divam Manisijam Vishaheta Dhira. Okay, so someone can read this.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah,
The great saint Narada said, "Thus Lord Nrsimhadev was pacified by the devotee Prahalada Maharaja with prayers offered from the transcendental platform. The Lord gave up his anger and being very kind to Prahalada, who was offering prostrated obeisances, he spoke as follows."
Yeah. Someone can
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Prahalada, most gentle one, best of the family of the Asuras, all good fortune unto you. I am very much pleased with you. It is my pastime to fulfill the desires of all living beings, and therefore you may ask from me any benediction that you desire to be fulfilled." Hare Krishna Mataji.
So we can see that, yeah, we know that Prahlad Maharaj was very, very dear to Lord Nrsimhadev. And because of Prahlad Maharaj, only Lord decided to come here. But also after, because Prahlad Maharaj offered such a so beautiful prayers that Nrsimhadev was very, 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 very happy. So we can also try to remember these prayers and try to recite these prayers, and maybe we can also please the Lord. And yeah, and then after being pacified, Nrsimhadev is asking Prahlad Maharaj to ask some benediction from him. So we will see what Prahlad Maharaj asks. Okay, someone can read this.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Narada Muni said, Prahlad Maharaj was the best person in the family of Asuras, who always aspire for material happiness. Nevertheless, Although allured by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who offered him all benedictions for material happiness, because of his unalloyed Krishna consciousness, he did not want to take any material benefit for sense gratification. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah. So anyone of you know what does the word asura mean?
Mataji, one who is not Sura.
One who is not Sura. Okay. Anyone else?
Tilpaja Mataji was saying something.
Mataji.
One who does not surrender to Krishna.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Mataji, Prahlad Maharaj father was an Asura, and the family of Asuras consisted of all the relatives of his father, who were all Asuras.
Okay. Okay, so you all are right only. But like if we read in Sanskrit, asura means one who want instant pleasure or one who want instant sense gratification is known as asura. So what do you think? How many of us are asuras there? Or how many around you are asuras?
Everyone has asura quality, Mataji. Evil qualities. One or the other evil qualities, each and every person will be having, Mataji.
Yeah, so everyone is just running after sense gratification, right? So here it is mentioned that family of asuras who would always aspire for material happiness. So asuras are those who just want material happiness, who just want sense gratification. They are known as asuras. Like nowadays, everyone wants everything instantaneously. With a click of a phone, you want food. With a click of a phone, you want to go, you want to book something. Like everyone wants just something like instantaneously. They don't like the delay. So actually these things are decreasing our patience and increasing the demoniac quality, the asura quality. So asuras means basically one who want just sense gratification. So Prahlad Maharaj belonged to the family of asuras, where always everyone used to aspire at only and only material happiness. But Prahlad Maharaj was not like that. Here it is mentioned that because of his unalloyed Krishna consciousness, he did not want to take any material benefit for sense gratification. Although he was in a family of asuras, but because he was unalloyed devotee of the Lord, he had pure devotional service. He was performing pure devotional service. He was not affected by their association. So even though we are living in a world who are full of demons, actually we are also demons, but if we try to associate with the devotees of the Lord, and we can give our association to others, but we don't get affected by others. We get affected only by the devotees, because I know that I have to prioritize Krishna consciousness, and their suggestions are actually good for me, beneficial for me, because they are seen from the eyes of the scriptures, Shastra Chakshu. They have the Shastra Chakshu. So whatever they will tell me will have higher importance. That will be more beneficial for me. So so even so when we follow, then we can also have the attitude like Prahlad Maharaj, that when the Lord comes to us directly and he asks something, we don't ask anything material. We don't have any material desire. In fact, it is said that the moment we have a little bit of also material desire, we cannot go back to Godhead. So we should be free from material. At least we should engage in devotional service so much that we have only spiritual desires. Oh Krishna, I want to serve you, Krishna. How can I serve you? How can I serve your devotees, Krishna? Please allow me to serve them. I want to cook nice food for you. I want to prepare nice clothes for you. I want to go and distribute books, and I want to spread the glories. Oh Krishna, how can I serve you? Please help me. So like that we should pray, and that should be the only desire. And like if we have a little bit of also a spiritual desire, Krishna fulfills it like that, like this, just in a sit, like he will just fulfill it. I have experienced like I may have several desires, but even if I have a little bit of spiritual desire, not too sincere, but I have always seen it to be fulfilled by Krishna. Although he tests also, but he fulfills also. So the like if we want little bit to go towards Krishna, if we take one step towards Krishna, Krishna take 10 steps towards us. So this is how Krishna so much wants us to stay always happy in association with him, because Krishna knows we can be happy only with our Father, and Krishna helps in every way he can. Okay. So yeah, next someone can read.
Mangala Mataji, are you going to read, please? Preeti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Prahalada Maharaja said, "My dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, because I was born in an aesthetic family, I am naturally attached to material enjoyment. Therefore, kindly do not tempt me with these illusions. I am very much afraid of material conditions, and I desire to be liberated from materialistic life. It is for this reason that I have taken shelter of your lotus feet. O my worshipable Lord, because the seed of lusty desires, which is the root cause of material existence, is within the core of everyone's heart. You have sent me to this material world to exhibit the symptoms of a pure devotee." Hare Krishna.
Yeah, so Prahlad Maharaj is telling that he's afraid of the material conditions. Actually, we're all afraid of so many things, but we don't realize it. And we may think, oh, Prahlad Maharaj is such a coward. He's being afraid of the material condition. I am not afraid. I'm very happy here. But if Prahlad Maharaj is telling that this is a very dreadful place and I'm very afraid, that it is definitely a place to be afraid of. In fact, once Prabhupada was going in a car, and suddenly a big truck came in front of the car, and the car was just about to have an accident with it, and it basically it also had skid, and like the whole car was saved from a big accident. And then Prabhupada told that padam padam yet vipadam. So how in Srimad Bhagavatam it is mentioned that in this material world, every step you have danger, every step you have danger. And St. Prabhupada also told that how his Guru Maharaj used to tell that this material world is not a place for a gentleman to live. We always want something, and we may get also, but it will also go away from us one day, because everything here is temporary. If we will be very attached to the material things, we will be in a very, very precarious condition one day for sure, because everything here is temporary and everything here is actually full of miseries. It's just an illusion that we feel that we can be dependent. Like we also discussed the Vaishnav song last class, no? Ye dhana yovan putra parijan ithe kiyache parati tire kamala dalajla jeevan talmal bhajau haripad tire. So whatever things we try to rely upon in this material world are actually, we cannot rely. And this life is also just like a drop of water on the lotus leaf. It can, when we have to leave our body, we don't know. Anytime we can meet an accident, or something had happened. I can have a heart attack. So many people are dying, or there can be earthquake. But generally, who are devotees of the Lord, not generally, actually, always those who are the devotees of the Lord are never afraid of these things, because they know that they're eternal servant of the Lord, and they just want to serve the Lord in all the conditions. I again remember one of the past times when a reporter came to Srila Prabhupada, and he was asking Srila Prabhupada that, okay, so what do you all do? What job? And then Prabhupada was telling that, oh, we all work more than you at least. At the age of 70, I am working 24 hours a day, and I am taking tour of the entire world twice a year. And like that he was telling. And then that reporter told that, okay, so what will happen if you are sitting in a place, some group of devotees and chanting, and a bomb comes and bomb blast happens, then what you all will do? What you have the plan? And then Prabhupada told that we will still be chanting and smiling, because we know that the bomb is also sent by Krishna. So one who is devotee, he knows that whatever is being done in my life is done by Krishna, and because Krishna is absolute, whatever is done is good for me. Either my bad karma are cutting, or I was about to get a lot more suffering, but Krishna is just giving me a speck of it. So a devotee is never afraid, but he always know his duty as an eternal servant of Krishna, and he always wants to serve Krishna. So this is what Prahlad Maharaj, like I remember, and this is what Prahlad Maharaj is also telling. He's telling that, oh, you don't try to allure me by these things. I am not going to be allured. I don't want to ask any of the material things. In fact, I want to be liberated from this materialistic life. That's why I have taken shelter. Because once we take shelter of the Lord, we get liberated from this materialistic life. So this is what Prahlad Maharaj is telling. Like if the Lord will come in front of us, then we may be asking for so many things. I want car or a house or a big status or a big position or something. But Prahlad Maharaj is telling, oh, please don't try to tempt me with all these. I don't want. That's why I've come to your lotus feet. Okay. So next someone can read.
Yes, Mataji. Can I read, Mataji?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, I am your unmotivated servant and you are my eternal master. There is no need of our being anything other than master and servant. You are naturally my master and I am naturally your servant. We have no other relationship. Oh my Lord, best of the givers of benediction, if you at all want to bestow a desirable benediction upon me, then I pray from your Lordship that within the core of my heart there be no material desires. Hare Krishna Mataji.
So very beautifully Prahlad Maharaj is telling that our position is that I am your servant and you are my eternal master. So he's telling that I am your unmotivated servant. So actually this is the position of a jiva. Jiva re swarupa hoy Krishna nityadas. So we should be unmotivated servant. We should not have a hidden motive inside us. Oh, I'll worship the Lord only when I will pass my exams, or only when my daughter will clear the medical entrance exam, or only when my husband will be cured of his illness. No, we are always the servant of the Lord, and that is our constitutional position. It should be unmotivated and uninterrupted. Ahetuki apratihata. That is the word given in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Ahetuki apratihata. Unmotivated and uninterrupted, unalloyed devotional service we should perform. And that is our constitutional position, that we are the servant and Lord is the master. So Prahlad Maharaj is telling that if any benediction you want to give me, you just give me that within the core of my heart, there be no material desire. So actually we should also pray like that to the Lord, that, oh Lord, I just want to serve you. Please bless me that I only have the desire to serve you and no other material desires. We should also pray like that. Like Prahlad Maharaj, it is said that Mahajano yena gata sapantha. So if we follow the footsteps of the great devotees, then we can attain perfection. And Prahlad Maharaj is one of the Mahajan, great devotees. Okay, next someone can read. The first paragraph Lord is telling, and then Prahlad Maharaj is speaking.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
One who always remembers your activities and my activities also, and who chants the prayers you have offered, becomes free in due course of time from the reaction of material activities.
Hari Bol. So here Narsimhadev is telling that one who remembers your activities and my activities, that is what we are discussing since last 4 classes. And one who chant the prayers, this is what you all are chanting, becomes free in due course of time from the reactions of material activities. Hari Bol. So this is what Narsimhadev is telling. Okay, Machi, you can continue.
Prahlad Maharaj said, O Supreme Lord, because you are so merciful to the fallen souls, I ask you for only one benediction. I know that my father, at the time of his death, had already been purified by your glance upon him. But because of his ignorance of your beautiful power and supremacy, he was unnecessarily angry at you, falsely thinking that you were the killer of his brother. Thus, he directly blasphemed your lordship, the spiritual master of all living beings, and committed heavenly sinful activities directed against me, your devotee. I wish that he be excused for this sinful activities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Prahlad Maharaj, he just want that he have no material desires, but still, this is the heart of a devotee. He's so compassionate. His father wanted to kill him in so many ways, poisoning him, ditching him in the between among the snakes, underneath the legs of an elephant. He wanted to throw him out of the mountain cleft. In so many ways he wanted to burn him alive in the fire. But then when he was asked, like generally people want to flatter someone in front of them, but here Hiranyakashipu now doesn't exist. And when he was asked about one benediction, he's asking mercy for his father, and he's telling that because he has offended you and your devotee. So both of this is there. If we offend the Lord, we get aparadh. But if we offend the devotee of the Lord, we get even a higher aparadh. It is said, there is a Vaishnava bhajan where it is mentioned, Gangara parasha hoile patita pava Dashane pavitra kore tomago Hari sthane aparade Tare hari na Toma sthane aparade Nai pari Varakaru Nakara Ishnava Gosai Tita Pavana Toma Dineke Hola. So it is mentioned that like Narottam Das Thakur has written this song in which he is asking for blessings. Ebara Karuna Karo Vaishnava Gosai. That, oh Vaishnava Thakur, please bless me for one time. And he says in the Vaishnava Bhajan that how Hari sthane aparade tare hari nam. If we do offense against the Lord, when we chant the holy name of the Lord, we can still be be out of that offense. Like Lord, what to say? He forgives us. He forgives us of the offense if we chant offenselessly. But definitely, that is a nam aparadh that in the strength of chanting we are doing aparadh. That we should not do. But if we have done any offense by chanting, it is gone. But Tomasthane aparadha nahi paritran. But if someone does offense against you, against your lordship, even the Lord doesn't forgive that person. Like when Nityananda Prabhu, when Madai had thrown stone over Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu couldn't tolerate. He just came there with his Sudarshan Chakra in order to kill Madai. It was just when Nityananda Prabhu begged for forgiveness, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just because Nityananda Prabhu is begging, he forgave Madhai. Otherwise, he was not at all in a mood of forgiving. Similarly, when Durvasa Muni had criticized Ambarish Maharaj and he wanted to kill Ambarish Maharaj, Krishna was so angry, he just wanted to kill Durvasa Muni. And he told that only when Ambarish Maharaj would forgive, then only he will forgive him. Otherwise, he cannot forgive. So that's what Prahlad Maharaj is telling, that he's not telling that he's a devotee, but he is just saying that because he did aparad against you and against me, and I'm a devotee, so definitely he has he done so many, he will have so much of sinful reactions. So I just pray that he may be excused from all sinful activities. So we should be very, very careful whenever we are dealing with the Vaishnavas, that we never hurt them, we never do Vaishnava aparad. This is very important. We have discussed this in Vaishnava Sadachar classes also. Okay, next someone can read.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavata Pranams.
Hare Krishna.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Prabhu, who is pure, O great saintly person, your father has been purified, along with 21 forefathers in your family. Because you are born in this family, the entire dynasty has been purified. Whenever and wherever there are peaceful, equipoised devotees who are well behaved and decorated with all good qualities, that place and the dynasties there, even if condemned, are purified." Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Very well. So Narasimhadev is telling that what are you telling about your father? Your 21 generations are purified. So actually I remember that I was in contact with one Mataji, Rajeshwari Mataji. She's in Atlanta right now. So she was telling that how she came to Krishna consciousness. So her father left his body. And that time her whole family, her mother and her sister and she, they were very, very aggrieved of his father's living. And she was in search of something that would give peace to her. She's also a doctor practicing in Atlanta. So she told that she just went to the temple nearby, and that was a ISKCON temple. And there was a Prabhuji who was sitting in the bookstall, and she just shared that how she and her whole family so aggrieved of his father living. So she was asking that, can I do anything for my father? Can I offer some prayers for my father? And then that Prabhuji took her and opened Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto, and he showed her this shloka only, that if you become a devotee, then what about your father? All your generations will be liberated. And actually it is also mentioned that if we are neophyte devotee, the 7th generation get liberated. Like Kanishta if Madhyam Adhikari devotee, 14 generations get liberated, and Uttam 21 generations get liberated. And because Prahlad Maharaj is a Uttam Adhikari devotee, the pure devotee, so Narasimhadev is telling that 21 generations are liberated. But even for a neophyte devotee, 7 generations get liberated. So that Mataji, after that, she joined Krishna consciousness and she became a devotee, and now she's practicing so nicely. So I was just reminded of what she shared me once. So one who is a devotee, that person should not fear what will happen to me, my family. Like there are, along with him or her, whoever is practicing, along with that devotee, 14 generations behind and like aage piche, the ahead 14 generation and the behind 14 generations, all are liberated. So a devotee, just by his presence in the family, purifies the entire family. So a devotee should not think of other things. Oh, my father, mother, they don't want me to become a devotee. They should not think like that. They should just be understand that, oh, by becoming a devotee, actually I'm doing this will be the best which I can do to my family. So this Narasimhadev himself is telling Prahlad Maharaj. This is not a person telling. Narasimhadev himself is telling to Prahlad Maharaj. Okay, so someone can read this.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Those who follow your example will naturally become my pure devotees, You are the best example of my devotee, and others should follow in your footsteps. My dear child, your father has already been purified just by the touch of my body at the time of his death. Nonetheless, the duty of a son is to perform the Shraddha ritualistic ceremony after his father's death, so that his father may be promoted to a planetary system where he may become a good citizen and devotee. After performing the ritualistic ceremonies, take charge of your father's kingdom, sit upon the throne, and do not be disturbed by the materialistic activities. Please keep your mind fixed upon me without transgressing the injunctions of the Vedas as a matter of formality to perform your particular discovered duties. Hare Krishna, Brother.
Yeah, so Narasimhadev is telling that you become the king, but you don't be attached to it. This is what Krishna also tells in Bhagavad Gita, that do your work, but don't be attached to the results. Just offer all the work unto my service. This is what we should also try to practice under the guidance of senior devotees. Okay. Someone can read this.
Hare Krishna Mataji. The personality of Godhead replied, My dear Lord Brahma, O great Lord born from the lotus flower, just as it is dangerous to feed milk to a snake, so it is dangerous to give benedictions to demons, who are by nature ferocious and jealous. I warn you not to give such benedictions to any demon again.
Oh, because Brahma gave a benediction to Hiranyakashipu, no, that he will become so powerful. So Narasimhadev is telling Brahma also, oh, you please don't give such benediction to any demon again. Okay, next.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Prahlada Maharaja was the best among exalted devotees. Anyone who with great attention hears this narration concerning the activities of Prahlad Maharaj, the killing of Hiranyakashipu, and the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narsimha Dev, surely reaches the spiritual world where there is no anxiety.
Very bold. So it is mentioned that one who he hears us with great attention, then that person can go to the spiritual world. Hari bol. So I hope like every one of you, I know that you all have heard very attentively and nicely and participated. So all these pastimes are just transcendental. We should try to read it again from Srimad Bhagavatam. We should try to hear it again and again. This is like this just purifies our dirty mind, and it becomes suitable for Krishna to reside. And thus, at the end of the life, we can go to the Lord and serve Him eternally. So, with this, we come to the end of this pastime. And thank you so much for your patience and tolerating me discussing this whole pastime. From next session, we will come with, I think we can discuss Vamandev pastime. Okay. So anyone has any questions or reflections?
Hare Krishna Mataji, I've shared the query that one Prabhuji has raised. I put it in your chat. Can you see it, Mataji?
Yeah. I can see much. So one of the question is, when offering prasad to Lord Krishna, can we just say the Mahamantra 4 times and ask Krishna to please accept the prasad? Then when taking it after a minimum of 10 minutes, say the Mahamantra 4 times and thank you Krishna and take it. Actually, Prabhuji, we don't make our own rules. We follow our acharas. Whatever standards have been put, we try to follow. So actually we cannot reach Krishna directly. We can always go to Krishna through our Guru, because Guru is so very merciful that he takes us to Krishna and Krishna accept. That is the process, that we start from our Guru Pranamantra, then Prabhupada Pranamantra, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Pranamantra, then Krishna Pranamantra, like that. That is the process. But yeah, it is said that if one is not able to do, at least one should do 3 times Hare Krishna Mahamantra, because yeah, it is mentioned, but we should not do like we should not make it a process. And the process is that we chant all these Guru Pranam mantra and then Pachitattva Pranam mantra, Hare Krishna Maha mantra, and then we keep at least 5 minutes. We should allow like bhoga will be offered, and after that we ring the bell and we take it out. This is waterfall. Okay. Now, other question is, Mataji, can you please summarize the do's and don'ts of the Vaishnava? Regards, Hare Krishna. Mataji, we had discussed so many, right, in the Vaishnava Sadachar class, but just to summarize, like what minimum we should do is the do's are chanting and reading, chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and reading Prabhupada books, taking Krishna Prasadam, associating with devotees, doing some service to the Lord. These are something which we should definitely do for sure. And don'ts are no meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, and no intoxication. These are the 4 regulative principles which we follow. Plus, we should try not to blaspheme any devotees, and we should try not to do Vaishnava Prad, Nama Prad and all. So these are something. And then we follow some certain etiquettes also, like wearing a tilak or kanti mala and like that, going to temple and all. But what I said initially, those are the do's and don'ts.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you. I have a question. While was reading Srimad Bhagavatam 3rd canto, was reading that the Lord Vara Avatar has been mentioned as the first incarnation, but we know that his first incarnation and second are Kurma and third is Vara. I am confused. It is from text 18.2 and 3. Actually, you have just told me, so I have to go to Srimad Bhagavatam and check it once, Mataji. So I'll check and I'll message it to Nandita Mataji and she can forward you. Is it fine? I'll do it as soon as possible. I had to read the text and then I'll message and answer you back.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, the question was that because in the 3rd canto in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Dasha, it's not mentioned the Matsya avatar and the Kurma avatar, but it directly goes into the Varaha avatar, and Varaha avatar is mentioned in 2 forms when Lord Varaha is in the Shwet form when he's lifting
Mataji, it is mentioned, but it doesn't mean that is first incarnation. It may be mentioned 3rd canto with like 8th canto, Matsya avatar is there and Kurma avatar is there, but it doesn't mean that first is Vara avatar. You are understanding, right?
Yes, Mataji, but it is written in verse chapter 18th chapter when he was after he was killed Hiranyakashyap. Hiranyakashyap, then Hiranyaksh, and the purport is it is mentioned that Lord Varaha is mentioned as the first avatar. So it is the first incarnation. So that is why I was a bit confused because we know that the Dasha avatar starts from the Matsya avatar and then the second is the Kurma avatar. So, but in 3rd canto it is saying that Varaha avatar is the first incarnation. So that is why I got confused.
Mataji, should I pull up 18.2 for you to see?
Mataji, I'll just go and read myself
Sure.
and we can discuss that time. Yeah. But definitely, like, it doesn't matter, Mataji, even if actually these are also based on different yugas. Like Vara Avatar also came in Satya Yuga and Matsya Avatar and Kurma Avatar also came during Satya Yuga time. So maybe in different Chatur Yugas, the avatar can come in different orders. It is not a very hard and fast rule, Mataji.
Okay.
But yeah, in Matsya Avatar, definitely there is first Meena Avatar. In Dashavatar Stotram also we see. But it is not a hard and fast rule. In different Chatur Yugas, the order may be different. But I'll go and check and I'll come back again.
No problem, Mataji. For so long, we have always known that it starts from the Matsya avatar and then Kurma and then Varaha avatar. So that is why I got confused.
No, you need not confuse Mataji. You just understand, you just read and you understand the pastime, Mataji. And that is more important than this chronological order. But definitely I'll check. We should understand the pastime and the lessons from it.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so I think we can end now. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll meet again next Friday. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय, संवेद गौर भक्तवृंद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल।
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna,
Hare
Madam.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.